WECT's John Smist is at Brooks Field. So how deep are they into that game that started, what, about an hour ago, John?
John, the game started at 10 o'clock, right at 10 o'clock, and we are just through 4 innings. Seahawks leading 3-0. We'll get to the highlights in just a second. It's been 2 weeks since UNCW announced the hire of Karen Barefoot. Round 1 of the Wells Fargo Championship officially in the books. Their second straight CAA tournament championship, and like you've said, and we've said many a times, headed back to the NCAA championship. UNCW basketball team could be shorthanded for some time. Junior guard Jordan Talley has been suspended indefinitely. According to Seahawks head coach Kevin Keatts, Talley suspended for conduct detrimental to the team. Said it wasn't academic. Keatts does not have a timetable for his return. As a sophomore, Talley started 16 of 31 games for the Seahawks, averaged 8 points, 3 rebounds per game. Like I said, no Talley for Sunday when the Seahawks play host to Mount Olive. For the UNCW basketball team, it'll be their first and only exhibition of the year. The team chose to hold a scrimmage there rather than a second exhibition. Expect to see many players in and out of the roster on the court. Head coach Kevin Keatts still trying to figure out his different lineups he can play.
I want to see different combinations. I want to try to play a big combination. I want to try to play some guards. I want to get some guys some playing time. So I don't have a rotation in my mind, but I want to get some guys to be able to play so I can see how they play in certain situations.
NC State taking on Lynn University, Wolfpack's first exhibition, and this is, well, Dennis Smith Jr., sensational freshman, going to the rack, getting the bucket to go. Later, check out the killer crossover for the jump shot. Smith, a one-man wrecking crew tonight. The bucket and the foul. Team high 22 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Filling up that stat sheet, former Whiteville standout Sean Kirk, 11 points. Wolfpack win it 100-66. Postseason honors for the UNCW women's soccer team. Serenity Waters, Moa Jarl named to the CAA All-Second Team. Madison Melnick to the 3rd team, and Ashley Johnson to the All-Rookie Team. Well, sticking with soccer, UNCW men's soccer team, the 3rd seed in the upcoming CAA tournaments. Saturday, Seahawks host the College of Charleston in a win-or-go-home game. During the regular season, 2 teams played to a 1-1 tie. Seahawks, well, hoping to advance and bring home a championship.
Every team that's in the playoffs right now feels like they got a chance of winning it. Hofstra probably going to be the favourite because they're playing at home, so naturally so. But I think everyone else is, feeling like, okay, it's hard enough to get in. Now it's one game at a time.
NC State football team trying to recover from last week's loss to Boston College. For the Eagles, it snapped their 12-game ACC losing streak. Things don't get any easier for the Pack. They've lost 3 straight, and Saturday host Florida State. State now 4-4, but head coach Dave Dorn doesn't believe the season's over just yet.
We have 4 games left, and we're going to make those 4 games into whatever we want. And, we're going to go out and have great preparation. We're going to prepare the right way, and we're going to coach the right way, and our kids are going to play hard.
Sunday, Carolina Panthers try to make it back-to-back wins. Cats head to the West Coast, face the Los Angeles Rams, and, well, they struggle to score points. They average 17 points. That's 30th in the league. Panthers' Luke Kuechly says the key to slowing down the Rams is stopping the running game. That's led by Tarboro native Todd Gurley.
He's a dynamic guy. Anytime he touches the ball, he can score, and I think teams are very aware of his skill set and his ability and what he can do, so they're going to try to make sure that he's not the reason that they beat him.
Got to pay attention that that game, a 4 o'clock start on our sister station.
Okay.
Down on the West Coast. Yes.
On Fox Wilmington.
That's right. Fran, they play in a 65-plus league, but most of the members of this softball team are 70-plus. And just a few weeks ago, went up to Raleigh, won a state title at the North Carolina Senior Games. Now this team is set and put their eyes on another prize. Don't be fooled by their ages. These guys can still rake. And are very competitive as they get ready to battle the best and bring home a title at the National Senior Games in Birmingham, Alabama. No question retirement hasn't slowed down their competitive juices.
Well, don't walk out there and think we're not going to try to kick your butt now. We're going to try to do our best to whip the next team.
Winning is, at this level, or this type of a tournament, is what it's all about. So we're going there with intentions of bringing the national championship back to Wilmington.
And sometimes that competitive nature gets the best of them.
I have to be watching out for, did they tweak this, did they tweak that, and they're going to insist that they can go out there and play. But it's up to me to take them out, let them rest a little bit.
I don't think you ever get smart enough. I think it's just a nut having me get out there and try to run around and pull a muscle.
You know, if you told me at age 40 that I'd be playing at age 68, I'd wonder what kind of drugs you're on, because it just didn't seem possible, but here we are, and these guys play at a high level.
As much as they want to come home champions, they're still having fun playing a game.
It keeps you young, and you know, and I'm sure most of the other guys probably have the same thing said to them. You know, my wife wants to know when I'm going to grow up, and if I can continue playing ball, then I'm not growing up. This is just absolutely the best.
These guys have plenty invested in the team, not only plenty of hours of practice, but money spent traveling to all the tournaments. We hope they bring back a championship back to Wilmington. John and Fran.
1, 2, 3, one back!
The Whiteville softball team has won plenty of championships, but one banner is missing in the outfield, a state championship.
Over the years, we've won several championships together, you know, not only in Dixie Ball, but, you know, Travel Ball, World Series, you know, and I think this is just one of our goals to really go in and bring it home.
We were so close, and we got beat by good teams, but we were so close, and I'm just glad we broke our little fourth round curse.
The team called it a curse after losing in the fourth round the last 2 years. It's now broken after taking a new approach in the playoffs.
They didn't know what it felt like to get past that fourth round. So our biggest focus was, you know, just taking it one game at a time, winning round 1, 2, and 3, adjusting in round 4, and just capitalizing on, you know, any mistakes that the other team may make, and just using what we have and using our strength.
They're also feeding off the excitement of the student body at school and community members.
It makes you so hyped. Like, everybody's so hyped up. Everybody's going to the state championship, and it's a good feeling to know that we have the community behind us. It really is.
Now we're hungry. We've been there. We were state runner-ups. Now we want to come back state championship, a state championship team. And the biggest thing that I think I can say is what I believe in, and that's this state championship wouldn't just be for these 14 girls on our team. It's for all the female athletes here at the school, and it's for all the female athletes here in Columbus County.
John and Ashley, this coming Sunday night, the Charlotte Motor Speedway hosts the longest NASCAR race of the year, Coca-Cola 600. The race can be seen right here on Fox Wilmington, but have you ever wondered, do you have what it takes to be a NASCAR driver? I have, and had my chance to see if I could cut it in a race car. The Charlotte Motor Speedway hosts a unique opportunity for NASCAR fans, the Richard Petty driving experience, putting you behind the wheel of a race car. Now you can't just jump in and go. Before your track time comes class time, watching a video on how to drive hosted by the king himself. Then comes the advice from a guy who's been there.
You know, Charlotte Motor Speedway is your typical mile-and-a-half racetrack. It has a lot of banking in the corners, you know, 2 unique curves throughout the front straightaway that makes the dog-leg shape that very similar to Texas Motor Speedway, very similar to Atlanta Motor Speedway.
During the Sprint Cup Series number 88 car, I think everybody knows who that is, Dale Earnhardt Jr., but maybe that'll be my car. Can go up to 160 miles an hour around this track if I drive properly. And these cars are as close as most of us will ever come to driving a real race car.
From just standing back a few feet away, you really couldn't tell the difference, but they're pretty close to the real thing.
I'm absolutely petrified.
Well, it's all business first. There's not many distractions in a car like this. You don't have an air conditioner knob. You don't have a CD player. You don't have, you know, the sync that you're going to be Bluetoothing your phone over the speaker system. So you get to business. You know, you're buckled in. If you're claustrophobic, you probably won't like being inside a race car. You've got, you know, a shoulder harness, a lap belt. You've got 2 sub belts that are coming from underneath your seat. So you're strapped in. You're not going anywhere. And you got to focus.
No number 88 for me. Instead, Carl Edwards, number 19. It's time for the final instructions. Okay, so single cone is lay off. 8 laps go by faster than you expect.
There you go.
Dare I ask, what was our top speed? The rush was like nothing I've ever felt. Topped out at 130 miles per hour during my final lap. The feeling of excitement is always there, even for a veteran driver.
I do feel that every qualifying lap, every Sunday getting in, you still have some anxiety and some excitement. I think that's just the adrenaline that's rolling through your body, and as soon as you lose that feeling, I think that you're not having as much fun.
As you see, I don't have much of a future as a NASCAR driver, but don't forget, our NASCAR coverage continues on Tuesday. Did you know that one of the most famous NASCAR paint schemes was designed right here in North Carolina? Tune in to Fox Wilmington to find out more. Reporting in the studio, John Smist, Fox Wilmington Sports.